this is Reid Aberle with 360 Yield Center. Today we're going to install a 360 guide system on this R4030 sprayer. First step in this process is to install the OEM bracket. This will reuse your OEM hardware, so all you will need for this is a 13mm socket, a 30mm socket, and a ratchet and/or impact gun. We're going to remove these two large housing bolts as well as these two 13mm bolts as well, and we'll reuse those to mount the OEM bracket. Once all four bolts are started, you can go ahead and tighten them down with a gun. Now with the OEM bracket installed, you can install your drop extension. It will just hook over the 2 1/2-inch tubes and then be locked in with the 2 3/8 by 5 1/2-inch long pins. Now we can install your triple magnet breakaway. When you're installing this, make sure that the breakaway motion is facing the rear of the machine. Install this using the 5/16 by 1-inch bolts as well as the 5/16 washers and 5/16 flange nuts. When installing your breakaway, make sure that the breakaway harness is coming out the front of this mating bracket. With the breakaway installed, we can now install the shield as well. It will just slip over the top of the drop extension and be fastened with 1/4-inch bolts. These can now be tightened with a 7/16 socket and wrench. Now we can assemble the steering sensor. We use 5/16 hardware to remove the bolts in this plate, and then we'll install the wand itself onto the sensor. Installing this wand, the bottom side is slightly V'd, and you make sure that that stays towards the bottom of the sensor itself. The top of the sensor has a label on it, so make sure that the V goes towards the bottom, which is black. Once the wand is in place, you can put your 5/16 hardware back in. Snug it down. Now you can install your riser. You can see that one end has 2-inch adjustment holes. Make sure that that goes towards the top of the machine. You can secure it in place with a 3/8 wire clip. Now with your riser in place, you can put on your undercover snout. So when you put this up, this top plate needs to be able to slide on with the riser so it is locked in place in between the clamp and the housing of the undercover. Good. Leave about 1 inch of clearance with the riser from the bottom of the undercover. And making sure that it's straight, go ahead and tighten it down with the 2 1/2-inch bolts that are in the aluminum clamp. Now your sensor is ready to be installed onto the undercover base. Slide it in between the two plates, and using the 5/16 by 3.5 inch long bolts, lock it in place. This uses a 5/16 lock washer on the bottom as well. As these are 5/16 bolts, it takes a 1/2 inch socket and wrench to tighten them up. The last bit of hardware to install is the 490-290 combination board mount kit. That comes with a plate, two 5/16 by 1 inch bolts and hardware, as well as two 8 by 32 screws as well. These are used to mount the steering controller to the body of the sprayer. You can install the mounting plate right onto this hydraulic mount that is located at the back of the cab. Go ahead and tighten the plate all the way up before you put the board itself on. There is a hole on the housing of the board on each side. You use those to mount the board itself to the mounting plate. When installing the control board, you'll notice there's a small red LED. Make sure that is facing towards the front of the machine with a gray connector on the bottom. Now that the board is mounted, you can use a Phillips screwdriver and a 10mm wrench to tighten it up. Now we're ready to start harnessing. The first harness to install is the 490-291 detached drop harness. So we'll start this by running it through the hole in the top of the undercover and plugging it in to the sensor itself. Now using zip ties, we'll slowly work it up the riser, securing it as we go to make sure that leaves or any other corn debris will not be able to rip it or catch it. While you're here, you can plug in this 2-pin male connector to the 2-pin female connector that came off of the breakaway itself. You can tuck up the rest of the harness kind of in between these cross braces and zip tie it securely in place. In the cab, we can install the 490-228 John Deere power harness. We start by connecting the auxiliary power cord into the auxiliary power bank that is located on the right side of the machine. While we're there, we can also plug in our CAN connection into the diagnostic port. The next step is to connect the gateway itself to this harness. There you can see here, there is a gray connector and a black connector. These are A and B keyed and they will not fit the wrong way. On the gateway itself, to my right is the A connector, and the middle one is the B connector. Once the gateway is installed, you can slide this down beside you to the right side. The last step is to take the 2-pin GPS plug and the 4-pin cab plug and push them out the back rubber grommet to put them outside of the cab. With the cab power harness installed, we can now install our sensor harness 490-229. It has one large gray connector on it, then with one short lead and then a long 140-inch lead that will go up to the sensor. So the first thing we're going to do is plug in the gray connector here to the gray connector on the combo board itself. With that connected, we'll now take this shorter lead and feed it up towards the top of the cab so that it can then mate with one of the connections that we just fed out the back of the cab window. The 490-229 harness also comes with an extra black connector That is meant to fill the gap in the black connector on the combination board. Now we can route the long 140-inch extension all the way to the front to the sensor itself. When installing this harness, I generally like to take the connector and go and plug it all the way into the detachable extension harness in the front, and then work my way back, securing the harness to the body of the sprayer as I go. This harness to install is a 490-230. It's a John Deere steering GPS harness. We'll start by slinging most of it over the top of the cab while maintaining the two 12-pin gray connectors. Remove the cap from the cab connection, then take our male 12-pin and plug it into its place. Now, using a zip tie, you can secure the harness to the back of the GPS Starfire mount. Let it run along the outside on the bottom so that it is not in the way of the GPS itself. Now, with the harness in place, we can reinstall the Starfire globe itself. Then we can plug in the 12-pin male that comes off of the Starfire harness into your new GPS harness and tuck those together. Now you run this harness back towards the back corner of the cab. You can anchor it in place with another zip tie. Now that all three harnesses are installed, we need to connect the three of them together. Coming up from the bottom, which we fed up, there's a 4-pin connector labeled cab that will plug into the 4-pin connector labeled cab that comes out of the cab itself. Likewise, there's a 2-pin connection labeled GPS. It comes from the top of the cab, and coming out of the cab itself, there's a 2-pin connector labeled GPS. Go ahead and plug those together as well. Once those are connected, you can use a zip tie and clean this wire up. Now, with the harnesses installed, this completes the installation of the 360 guide system on this R4030 sprayer. This is a basic install on all of our John Deere models. The only difference will be the OEM bracket that actually mates to the sprayer itself being the top piece of the unit. Other than that, all of the installs will be exactly the same. They will use the same drop extension, breakaway, riser, sensor, and harnesses themselves. The only exception to that is the 4930, which has an extra extension harness. Refer to your written instructions to look at the differences in the OEM bracket and where you mount it.